YouTube. I bet Chrome will use AI when it can beautify his blueprints. My blueprints look perfectly fine. Mostly because you can't prove what is AI and what isn't. I have people refunding and doing negative Steam reviews saying that my entire game is made by AI. So, yeah. I think there's just really stupid people out there. My blueprints look damn pretty, and anybody who says otherwise is a hater. All right, get in line. So we have the amount of mechanical tasks and the amount of cleaning tasks. So bonus for cleanliness. If the amount of cleaning tasks is... Should we do... I think this should be 0. Actually, no cleaning tasks remaining. Actually, this should be a pretty big bonus because this might like rack up. So, here's Lodu. How's your day? It's just basically getting started. My finger kind of fucking hurts. I don't know what happened. It's like stiff. Kind of sore or something. AI doesn't need a micro nudge blueprint nodes to get them to align properly. Listen, that's just me, man. That's just me. That's just me doing that. That's just me. You know how when you like... That's just me. I just got accepted in the IT university of my country. Let's go. Oh, dude, hell yeah, man. Congrats, dude. Hell yeah, brother. Reward yourself with a nice, hefty cup of coffee or tea or a cake. Have a cake. Yeah, coffee cake. Oh shit. Now you're talking. What's the goal for today? We're getting the bonuses in. Bonuses. So if no one died, you know, if you arrive early, stuff like that. Bonus if 0 to 1 maintenance tasks remain at the end of the run. So this would be the mechanical tasks. If it's less than or equal to 1. I actually want to do a select. We're going to do a midpoint thing here. So this is going to be equal to 0. So if you perfectly have nothing on board that is broken, which is probably going to be pretty rare, and like we're going to probably shift some of the mechanical tasks and stuff around so that like it's not unfair. It's like you fix everything, then you go to the front of the train, there's something broke. You know what I mean? Like I want to try to like keep it structured in a way that I think would be a lot nicer. So description. If it is equal to 0 and it is true, no mechanical faults on board. And then false could be minimal mechanical faults on board. And then we could do something for the value. If true, you get 8. If false, you get 5. Tax when any players are dead. Okay. Get players dead. Okay. You know, an office job friend slot could be pretty great. You guys remember that one? Well, there was kind of like a co-op versus kind of game. It's the one that was like very inspired by like The Office, but you had like people that were against you, right? A little bit like Among Us, but in Office. It'd be interesting if everybody was on board on the same thing, but they had to like finish stuff before getting fired in an office. That could be. I should have made that game, and you could have called it. What can be the name for that? What could be the name for that? What's the? Clocking in. Clocking in. Clocking out. Clocking in. Clocked out. Cocking in. No, not cocking. You have to do things like fill out paperwork and send emails and shred paper and attend meetings, and then and then that's not very fun sounding, huh? We do have that, Zillow dude. We have a quota. We do have a quota. That's basically like you have a fuel quota that you have to reach. That just sounds like work. Yeah. Well, hey, you make it work, but fun. Yeah. Yeah. When you think about it, video games are like work. You see motherfuckers play MMORPGs, they treat it like a job. If you do shit like disrespecting someone or pissing in the meeting room table that I'm in, why would you play a game about cleaning a yard of leaves? Yeah, right, yeah. Why the... Yeah, why would you do that? A game that has 6,000 reviews or whatever the fuck it was called. What was that called? A leaf? No, I don't think it was Leave It Alone. It is Leave It Alone. 2,700, man. I'm telling you. There is a market for doing things that seem like monotonous jobs, but doing them in a way that's kind of fun and satisfying and doesn't require you to actually do it in real life, even though you kind of, you know, have to do, you clean your room. It's posted on Instagram, got 12 million views. Holy moly. Do people still use Instagram? I guess so. I guess if it got 12 million views. I've been getting sucked into YouTube shorts and I really want to quit because constantly it's just people stealing clips and then reusing them and it's just fucking cringe. If you look at the Steam DB chart, you can see when he posted the content. Let's see, that'd be kind of funny. Steam DB, Leave It Alone. Leave it alone. Oh, there it is. It's whoa. Damn. 1,000 players right now. All it takes is one clip. That's crazy. Go to the Max view. Who is Max? Damn. That's cool as hell. I think if my game, if Suit for Hire were to get that kind of marketing, I don't think it would jump that big. Because it, like, visually, like, I think one of Suit for Hire's biggest downsides, I think, is the visuals. A little bit of, like, the gameplay and stuff. It's a bit repetitive. The funny thing is, he reached out to them about getting access to their new map, and they said, we'll think about it. Maybe they're still working on it or something. I don't know. How about making a game about game dev? Listen, man, this shit's already hard enough. How am I supposed to make a game about making games? Why would you play a game about operating a train and unclogging toilets? Because you're being chased by monsters all the while. Listen, we're still working that through, okay? Still working out the kinks. Bam, 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 bam. Employee perished. -5. -7. Are the monsters in the room with us right now? Hey. Yeah, I know. I'm very slow. I'm very slow. Okay? I get it. Tax if 4 or more maintenance tasks are active. What do we call this? What should be the receipt description for this? Exceeded excessive mechanical faults in locomotive. I'll just do excessive mechanical faults, whatever. All right. Yeah. Nice. So that means the only ones we have to do are 1, 2, 3, 4. Side jobs we don't have in the game yet. Bonus for taking all or most items from the train cars. We just have to somehow calculate all of the items within the train cars. Monsters killed. You literally can't kill the monsters yet, so don't even bother about that. Bonus when reaching quota. So that one we can do. We have to save the state of where the quota was. I don't know. I bet speedrunners can make that happen. I don't even know what the combat would be yet. Should be based on player count. 2 players -5, 3 players -7, 4 players -10. Oh, for the excessive mechanical faults? That's true. Here, monster, take this. Here, can you hold this for me? All right, anyways, we have some beginning stages here, okay? Next. The next thing is to show it on the UI and then actually give the bonus. Yes. Yes, man. Yes, man. So, let's do this. Let me find all of the references of this. Calculate pay bonus, server transition to station. And then over here we calculate the pay bonus after being stranded. Oh, dude, being stranded should actually... You should get taxed for getting stranded. And Bob. The 14th if statement. Here it is. Actually, 15th. Technically 15th if statement. Well, no, 15th. Yeah. Here we go. We're about to add another one on the list. You never thought it... You didn't think it would happen. We're approaching Yandere dev levels. Okay, but like, can someone fill me in? On a programming standpoint, how would you go about checking for all of these different states in a way that doesn't make you do a bunch of branches? Turn that into a switch statement for cleanliness? Why would this make sense as a switch statement? We have to go through every state and check if they're all valid or invalid to give the bonus or tax. A switch statement would mean that we would only go through one of the things at a time, or one of the things. However, all of these, we want to check every single one of these. Use events rather than checking after the fact at the end. I guess that could be one way of going about it. The thing is, however, some of these do have to be checked at the very end anyways. It's not something... You could modify it, yeah. I don't think the ifs really hurt much, though. I think this is yet again another moment of programmer over engineers problem. I say we add another 100 ifs. Give that guy an award. Yeah! Does the game have weapons? If yes, can I shoot my friends? Huh? There is a musket in the game. Or not a musket, sorry. A blunderbuss. It doesn't work yet, though. Why not a for loop? For loop would not work in this case because everything is based off of different parameters. For example, this one checks if any players were dead. This one checks if any mechanical tasks were there. This one checks if the timer was at a certain thing. So yeah. The proper clean code way, yeah, would be basically, rather than checking for this at the end, anytime something happens, we basically change the result of the pay bonus. But like, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? I think this is the best way of doing this. I'm gonna be real. It looks ugly, but like, it gets the job done. And it's not like it's this huge, ugly, like, I don't think this is gonna cause a hitch. And if it does, we just turn it into C++ and it's fine. And additionally, this only happens once, which is at the very end of a loop of the game. Yeah, we could gray for sure. I did turn some of these into functions because I felt like, oh, this actually might kind of be useful in the future for another use case. So, will I use Unreal 6? No, probably not. I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see when it comes out. That's like 2 years from now, 3 years from now. Anytime Epic releases anything early, though, it's usually shit. So realistically, it's not actually 2 years out. It's probably like 5 years out. It's probably like 5 years, 6 years out. And Unreal 6 will have built-in AI and do all the work for you. I think I'm on the verge of blacklisting the letters AI. I think I'm on the verge. I think I'm, yeah, I think I'm on the verge. Just have a 6.7 for AI. You know what? Let's see. 7 TV. Okay, this one's good. Oh fuck! All right, that's good. That's good. All right, I got it. Is it added to the stream, dude? Hell yeah! Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. We're so in, bro. We're so in. Holy shit! My chatting experience has been improved by fucking tenfold. Oh my god. I don't see it. You got to get 7 TV. You got to get 7 TV. Unless maybe, please tell me it's not banned. No, it's a valid emote. Maybe it's just taking a bit. It'll probably take a bit. Hold on, let me try refreshing my chat, the chat box, and see if that works. Can someone try typing it again? All right, perfect. We're in. Thank God. Stranded prior to arrival, -5. Sad this emote never took off. Really glad it didn't. Really glad it didn't. Really glad it didn't. Sometimes the stars really do align. I've been gaining weight a lot lately, 92 pounds, and now I'm 132 pounds. That's a 40-pound increase. That's almost... That's quite a bit. That's, Are you stressed out? What's going on? Wish my stocks increased by 40 pounds. That'd be a good increase, huh? Is it muscle? Yeah, that's the next question, actually. Is it muscle? Are you fucking jacked out of your mind? $40 pounds of muscle? I don't think that's possible. Best get that Tuma looked at. It's called the dirty bulk, and yes, I've been doing it for 27 years. That's not what that is. That's not a whatever. Yeah, sure. It's called IHOP for dinner every day. God, IHOP fucking sucks. Why would anybody willingly want to eat that? Why would anybody want to eat that? I hop my way to the bathroom and vomit. Miss the old 80s IHOP? Well, listen, I'm not that old, so I don't know. Like, was it good back then? Was it that good? You know, McDonald's was pretty good when I was younger. Or maybe it was good because we didn't know that they used human meat. Or whatever the fuck. Maybe it was before I knew the shit that went to the chicken nuggets and whatnot. And the type of frying oil they use. It was amazing, like Timmy's before they turned to slop. Damn, man. The enslopification, the enshittification hits us all, huh? It hits everything. No survivors. Remember Soylent? Yes and no. Yes, I recognize the word. No, I don't know what it is. I don't remember what it was. Okay. It was like a meal replacement drink? What the hell? Hey, Gucci boy. How you doing, Krim? Doing well, dude. How are you? Okay, so we've got our pay bonus set up. It was like a meal replacement drink, and rumors spread that they used human meat for protein. Yeah, man, that's, you know... News reporters, they got anything to say. I made the joke earlier that McDonald's uses human meat, but that's just a joke because people keep fucking, I don't know. Certain types of YouTubers love to say stuff like that. Y'all remember that door that was in the wall? Oh my god, you're right. Holy shit. Good reminder. Good comms. Finally, a chatter who actually reminded me of something. Was it this one? Oh shit, it's not this one. Cabin 1? Yes. Why is there a door in the wall? There it is. I found it. Wait, no, that's not it. Wait, there's two instances. Wait. There are two instances of walls? Okay. We got the wall, the door in the wall. Good reminder. Thank you. Got my game running on the Steam Deck with Proton tricks to solve the .NET 8 install. That's cool, man. For me, I just ship and then it works somehow magically. Except for some people, apparently. I think we've had two people in the longest time span. What kind of FPS are you looking at, man? Did you purposefully turn this into like some sort of dialect language that nobody can ever understand because you don't want the people to look at the numbers? What you got going on there? You know, 32 FPS? No, like actually though, like what kind of FPS are you getting on it? Okay, so here we got to set the pay bonus results. Server, transition to station. Okay, so here, I guess we'll just set the results and then set them replicated. Although, alternatively, I guess we could also just send the information. I wonder what would be cheaper. Sending the information. The only problem, if we set it as a variable and then we show the UI, there's a chance that the information hasn't been sent yet. And then people end up receiving the wrong results. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, right. It reads it for entered station. Oh, I know this is going to result in a bug if I turn it into just a replicated variable rather than an RPC. I guess I could just... No, I can't even send it through the event dispatcher because... Oh, no, I can. I'd have to send the array through the server call, then send it through the multicast call, then send that to the enter station. Okay, here's what we could do. I set it on the server. I set the pay bonus results on the server. And then we transition to the station. And then I send it here. I send it here. So the server will send the information via multicast. We don't need to call it on run on server because it's already saved here. So then we send that information. And then this gets set locally. Right. Because I think there's a local version. Is there a local version of the game state? Can the client read from a variable that is not replicated I think they should be able to. I want to say yes. I want to say yes. If there's a local variable on the game state, I believe the client should still be able to read from it. So that should be fine. And then when we enter the station, we'll read from the pay bonus results. So the client will only receive a like front-facing UI version of it. The server will be the one that actually does the calculation and then adds to the bonus. And we could do that via here. So we'll, yes. Here, we'll do this. We'll do a for each loop. I'm going to turn this to a function. Wait, we already do a calculate pay bonus. I'm going to rename this. Determine pay bonus results. And then this will be calculate pay bonus value. I love how that's a float. I should have made that an integer. I'm stupid! Okay, so here we're just going to set a local variable, which is current value, which I guess is going to be a float. This will plus this, which could also be a negative. And then we're going to set current value from this. And then on return, we're going to set the current value, get the current value. Okay, and then from here, we will add currency, which I assume also can minus currency. I think so. Okay. Next, so now we have it adding to the currency. Got to make sure that we do this here as well. What's the music? Is it Ready or Not? Valley of the Dolls? Valley? I love in brackets Valley. Valley of the Dolls. Valley. Train rot. Train. On the train. What up, Danny? Are you self-taught? I'm self-taught dev. Yeah, I am self-taught for the most part. I am. I've been doing this for since yesterday. And the day before that, and you know, just some duration of time. Some duration of time that I wish to not think of anymore. I don't want to think about how long I've been doing this for anymore. Some time of... Time to make the UI. Here we go. Boop, 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 boop. All right, so this needs a vertical box, which it has one. But I kind of want to add an additional vertical box, which is just the thing. So I'm going to do that real quick. I put a vertical box in the vertical box. Okay, fill is supposed to work. It currently is not. Like this is supposed to fill up the whole space. Oh, I see. Wait. Oh, this is in the overlay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go. Bit of delta. Then here we want a top padding of 8, maybe even more, 16. How about 32? Yeah, and then bottom 32 as well. I swear Discord hacks? Is there another one, another spam in the Discord? Dude, it's like, it's so annoying. It's like every day. No, I was the victim? Ari, are you for real? What the hell did you... What link did you click on now? What link did you click on now? You won the Mr. Beast giveaway. Scan this QR code now. He's been making this for at least 5 minutes. UMG has a lot of good, but there's some things that are not so good. Yeah. That's kind of, yeah, that's life, really. You know, you go to a grocery store and you're like, there's some good and there's some shit. And then, you know, software, there's some good, there's some shit. With this one, there's a lot of shit. Lot of shit. God, I'm really glad we added that emote. It's actually so good. It's actually so good. I'm so glad we added that. It's so good. Okay, widget blueprint, route summary, dash, description. Row, column, row. You won the Mr. Beast giveaway. You did it. Congratulations. You won. $5 gajillion. Yeah, wrap this with a horizontal box. Fill. Amount. Description, amount. And then to the top. Okay. Okay. Let's test it. Description, amount. Let me slap another one in here. Okay, it's good. Just doesn't have a padding. Don't worry, we'll fix that. No problem, no problem. Not a problem, not a problem. I might be able to actually set a bottom padding here. Wait. I don't think that updated. Do I like Flash? Never used it. Never used it. Right, like never made anything with Flash. I wish UE had a better widget creator. Just give me paint with variables. All this padding and boxes drives me insane. Once you kind of like get into it and you understand like what it means, I feel like it's pretty straightforward. Like, I don't really know how else they could really do this to kind of give you control over like where do you want things to be placed. I don't really know how else they could kind of do it. You know what I mean? I don't really, you know, I don't really, yeah. So in here, we're going to create, there's going to be row data, and there's going to be job bonus, summary bonus pay, expose on spawn. This is the description text block. And this is the amount text block. Show me a receipt. What does the receipt look like? I love how the first receipt I look at, it's in Swiss franc. 2 macchiato lattes for 9 Swiss francs. They're fucking actually, that's cheaper than here in Canada. They also bought a Schweinschnitzel for 22 Swiss francs. That's also insane. I think it's literally just the number. I think it's just the number. So we'll do a number with the color. UE6 uses Flash. I don't think so. I don't think anything uses Flash anymore. Swiss prices. I remember being at a Geneva motor show and it was like 20 Swiss francs for a sandwich or 25 euros. There's the problem. You were in Genève. There's your problem. You were at a motor show. Were you buying the sandwich at the motor show? UE6 is actually moving to Scratch. Finally, some big plays. Finally. Of course I was. Expenses credit card. I still don't know to what extent you can use a business credit card. Can you buy yourself lunch? Like the thing, like, you know what I mean? Like, I know some people will, but I think technically if you get audited, you're technically like, you know, it's not, you're not supposed to do that. Like, I mean, technically you have to eat and you're forced to be there. I always thought of like food in restaurants as like you only can pay for other people. Like people that you meet, you can pay for their meal and you can only write off their meal. Hey, Pizza Delta. No? Not if you consider a meeting? Huh. I guess technically if you work for a company, you're technically an employee. Or if you have a company, you're technically considered an employee in some respect. So I guess... I use mine for everything, just keep your receipts. I'm always scared of like how much can I how far can I push it? I can't buy a bed, but interesting. This music is a little intense. Let's tone it down a little. Atom Smasher, perfect song to transition into. Grim, why do I want to play DayZ? I don't know. You want to succumb to yourself to pain and suffering and latency lag and no, DayZ. Okay, I'm more of a DayZ mod kind of guy, but to be fair, the last time I played DayZ mod was maybe like 8 years ago. Did I hear that Come Z is coming soon? Oh, brother, we gotta do Ronin first before we get to Come Z. I redecorated the bedroom and put it as a business expense since I have a home office, Crim. The tax man was happy because I didn't list wallpaper. What did you put it as? Like renovation? You just put everything down as renovation cost? Yeah. It's all about the labeling. I think standalone is pretty fun, especially with mods. Last time I played standalone was a really long time ago, so I can't really say anything against it. Unironically, 10 years ago. That's fucking crazy. 10 years ago. No wonder I find the mod to be better. I don't know. I feel like DayZ is like the difficulty comes from the fact it's so fucking clunky. Like I feel like that, I don't know. To me, I feel like it's yeah. I feel like the clunkiness is what makes it. To be fair, standalone works much better now, but I get you. Okay, tell me this though. Is the melee still fucked? Like if you try to melee attack a zombie, is it going to be the worst fucking experience possible and you're like accidentally going to like miss hit reg and then it like somehow the zombie still hits you somehow? I still remember the bugs that were out in that fucking game. There were moments where like a zombie would just randomly teleport behind you. Those were the days. Oh, I still remember running out of blood and my entire screen is gray for the next 30 minutes and then I run to the airfield and die anyways. Oh yeah, DayZ. DayZ. Love that. Love it. Love it. And also they apparently announced DayZ 2. The release where Zeds were disabled because they were just broken. It was just Day. This is just Day. With a new engine, not a big fucking hunking piece of shit that they were using. Which engine did they even use for DayZ? It was like some weird one, wasn't it? I think it was an in-house engine or whatever. The Infusion engine. The what? The what? The Confusion engine. The what now? The what now? I wouldn't get your hopes up. Bohemia takes their time. It's so interesting because Bohemia makes some really like kind of buggy games, but they also make games that are extremely memorable. I still remember playing with in Arma 3 and having such a good time with friends, even though it was like clunky in its own way. Arma 2, such a good time. So many different mods you can play for that one. It's so interesting that like having something so clunky, it just goes to show that polishing something to like 100% polish is actually sometimes not beneficial, I feel like. Keyword with friends, pushing ball around is fun with friends. I still played Arma 2 on my own and Arma 3. Like, you could join some servers and have a really good time. You can still very much enjoy it. I just remember from my memory that playing with friends was really fun. Playing the different mods and different stuff that was game modes and whatnot. Even just playing the like hardcore PvE kind of like stuff was great. That only works if there isn't an alternative that's polished. I don't know if that's entirely true. I feel like there's times where jank can be charming in its own way. Sometimes. I think that's why a lot of people like DayZ. It has a jank that's charming and unique to the game. What about the day before? I heard that was pretty good. That was just I wouldn't call that jank. That was just shit. Todd Howard loyalist over here. Okay, I don't like Bethesda. I fucking hate them, but I understand why people would like them. The day before, just I think the day before, if they kept with it, even though they had two dumbass directors, I think they actually could have had something interesting on their hands. I think they were just too hungry for money, and they didn't have any other options. And also, the directors were just stupid. They didn't know what they were doing at all. But I think they could have had something interesting on their hands. Just like how there was like a diehard community for War Z. Was it called War Z? That game had so many fucking weird things, but guess what? It had a diehard community that kept playing War Z. Was it War Z? Am I thinking of the right game? Yeah. I think it's War Z. That game had so many fucking legal weird problems, and I think they keep trying to re-release it with like different names. No, not World War Z, because I'm pretty sure that's a different game. I'm pretty sure World War Z is a complete... Did you guys see what I just saw? What the hell was that? No, it was War Z. I think. Yeah, Summit was playing it for like the longest time. Like Miscreated is back with a huge new update and still has a following? Right, that's what I mean. I think game developers I think some game developers kind of missed the point. Yes, Infestation Server. Yes, they kept changing the name and doing all this other shit and re-releasing and whatnot. Yeah. There's been at least a dozen zombie survival Kickstarter games that looked promising, though. I think you just got to keep working on it. I think the developers just have to really keep working on it. That's the problem with it, though, because like you just got to keep working on it. You become a live service without being a live service. Because Miscreated still has a community. H1Z1 at the time, I didn't even find interesting, and people liked the survival mode. And I was like, I was only into the battle royale because it was kind of like an arcadey battle royale at the time. People are, I feel like the big hype for zombie game is oh shit, what's it called? They have a YouTube game devlog series. Not 7 Days to Die, although that's a very good, you know, like that's yet again another zombie game that did very well. I think it's a 4-letter word or 5-letter word. Do you remember Dead Matter? I do. I think a couple of their developers were in the stream at one point. And I think a few of them applied to work with me. The hottest zombie game coming out soon. No, not that one, Bill. Come on, Bill. It starts with a V. It starts with a Z. Starts with a V. Vane. Oh my god, I remember that. Holy shit, I remember that off the top of my brain. I have a huge brain. This is like I feel like the current shtick right now. Vane is sold? Wait, what do you mean sold? Like they sold their company? You know, Balak. Did you find your channel when looking for a game that switched from top down to third person in your live? Mind giving a retrospect on that? Best decision I ever made. The game just seemed like it would work quite well in third person. Did take quite a bit of work to make the environments kind of look semi-okay for the perspective, but it is probably the only reason as to why I was able to go full-time, to be honest, is because I chose to put in some time on making the third-person mode. Top-down, I think for a type of game like that, that's very action-based, I feel like a lot of people were looking for it being third-person. So it just made sense. Yeah, how people listed this as first-person Project Zomboid is basically how I've been told, which is why I always thought it looked so just complicated for no reason. But that's probably because Project Zomboid is so complicated by nature. Blight looks cool. Grim, the polite term is granular. Granular for what? What do you mean? What do you mean? What you mean? Okay, let's see if this works. I believe from here we're just going to cast to the game state and directly read from it on our local side. Complicated granular just means it has a lot of interactive systems that are in depth. Right, sure, granular, I guess, yeah. No, I would argue complicated. The UI design looks like shit. It does not. I feel like you can still make something that has a lot of interactions. Not, but I guess what else could they do with it? You know, like how else could they have 5 gajillion vertical boxes with a scroll wheel to go through the thing? I guess like I don't know if there's any other way of really confronting that. We're deciding between a sniper game in a big open wastelands or a tight CQC art heist shooter. Any wacky ideas or hot takes on how to keep our 2.5D art style with a free rotating camera? Sniper game in a big open wastelands. I don't really know. I'd have to see it in play. Because I don't really know. Thank you, Bill. Yeah, it's getting there. It's definitely getting there. I think the post process I added to the UI looks really cool. I think it definitely adds to it. Definitely adds to it. Bonus. 2.5D with a rotating camera. I would just be careful with the rotating camera. I think I've seen some games get very confusing with the... I literally just saw recently a game that changed their entire art style because even their art style was it was great. It was just, it had on a constant rotating camera. Like you move your mouse and you rotate the camera. I think I would be careful with that. Sometimes having that static rigidity is actually just better than having a camera that can constantly rotate all the time. But it really depends, right? You know what I mean? That's why I would say I would have to see the game or the prototype to see. I can't really give a hot take on something that I can't really see too much of. Receipts VBox. Add child to vertical box. Okay. All right. So this should work. Emphasis on should. Should work. So we'll just test it by teleporting. Oh, I just realized, by the way, base pay bonus, train health above 100%, no cleaning tasks remaining, no injuries, no mechanical faults on board. Okay, so it is working. I just realized, though, the calculation determining if you got on the train early is not actually going to work. It's not actually going to work because the only time this is going to be determined if, guess what, the timer has reached 7:20. So we can't actually use that as a... That's not going to be correct. Great. It's almost like we need a time spent en route and an actual time spent. Oh, whoopsies. All right, anyways. One problem I found with this, the mono spacing I don't think is very good. Because it reaches the end point. Also, the amount looks kind of awkward with just the number. So maybe we add The thing is, if we add decimal spaces, it's not really going to make any sense. Let's try it anyways to see if it looks okay. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. The thing that irks me is all the games with the default looking Unity/UE style inventory UI, like putting a bit of effort into making your item slots not a gray box is difficult. Meanwhile, me. We do need to change this though. I do think we need to change the inventory to make it a little bit more interesting. What do you mean they're tilted and quirky? That's true, that's true, that's true. It adds flavor. It adds flavor. It's got flavor. It's got flavor. Hey, also, they're not default, they're rounded. Okay, there's a difference. The other default ones are just square boxes. Mine are rounded. Aha! Aha! Do you think the list on the left should have some colors? I'm going to add some colors. I'm wondering, though, if adding decimals will make it look a little bit more interesting, even though we don't have any sort of like actual decimals in the fucking currency, but that's okay. I also need to see if we actually get the currency, so we need to test that next. On the rail again. All my friends are on the rail again. There you go, 37. I kind of like the decimal spaces. I think we should make it so it's green. If this is more than 0, set color and opacity. Okay. If true, hold on, let me get the colors so that I can get the actual proper tone. If true, if it's more, then we'll do a greenish kind of color. If false, we'll do a red kind of color. Yes, man. Yes. And then in the completed here, we're going to cast to the game state. Actually, no, we can do calculate pay bonus value. I know I'm doing this here. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Then from here, we will set the total pay. Format text. Copy this. Value. Okay. So now I want to check what happens if we have any negative values. So when we die, it should show that one player has died. Which will also see if the bonuses work. Employee perished, -7. So 10, 6, 8, -7, 17 looks correct. Yes, man. Yes. Hey, Ruthox, how's it going? Did you ask the UI if it wanted to show that? Yes, I did. It did. What kind of bonuses were on that screen? Twitch clip it. Twitch clip it. Twitch clip it. Does that actually work? Twitch clip it. Let's see if it... Twitch clip that. Twitch... Let's see if it actually does it. It's not going to do it. It's a lie. Apparently there's a thing where it can automatically do it for you. But I don't... I don't see that. It didn't do it. That's disappointing. Good tweak. My favorite moon mechanic of all time is the Dishonored Blink. I recreated it in my game. Is that a bad thing? Why would that be a bad thing? Do you not have a Stream Deck and could just push a button? My Stream Deck for some reason doesn't work. Also, I don't have a clip it button. I should get a clip it button. To be fair, I also have to update my Stream Deck. I haven't updated it in 5 gajillion years. Twitch clip that? I said it. It just doesn't do it. How do I know? Wait, it did. Oh my god, it worked. That's the wrong clip. Oh, you stupid fuck. Oh, whatever. Base pay bonus, train health above 90%, no cleaning tasks remaining, no injuries, no mechanical faults on board. Wait, what do you mean the no mechanical faults on board? There was a rat right there. Wait a second. Oh wait, the rat infestation actually should be a cleaning task. Oh, shite. Oh, shite. Oh, shite. That shouldn't be a mechanical task. That should be a cleaning task. Rat infestation. However, I'm also noticing that I think before we determine the pay bonus, I believe the maintenance tasks were cleared. So again, another instance where we have to calculate this beforehand. We do it here. Oh, we clear it here. Ow! Damn it! Shit! This just determines the pay bonus, right? We could just do that way before all of this. And surely, like technically we do it here when we get stranded, but technically it's only gonna happen once in a while. Should be just fine. Okay. Switching to third-person shooter allowed you to go full-time. Do you mean the Switch affected sales and made more money because of it? Yeah. I think the game reached a larger audience, much larger than just a top-down audience. The thing is, though, top-down I think works very well for specific types of games. I think for an action game, like the one that I was creating and working on, and by the way, we're still going to be working on it because I got to work on the DLC. I think it just made more sense having a third-person mode. That just seemed more in line with the target audience. So, yeah. I think the game was able to reach a much larger audience. I think like 90%, 95% of content creators were just playing in third person. They did not care for the top-down mode. So, yeah. What do we work on? We're working on the bonus. So when you finish a route, it'll give you bonuses based off of like how well you did. That's what we're working on right now. Yes. Although some stuff is a little broken. For example, early arrival technically does not work because the only time it can determine if you even arrived is yeah, I have to I have to figure that out. Whoops. Whoopsies. Hold on, chat. Give me 1 second. I'm sure you're thinking of a very usable and effective pipeline to add things down the line. Oh yeah, it's called like 50 million if statements. Take a look. It's very easy. Very effective. Extremely effective, actually. I see you've learned from the great pirate man himself. It's the best, it's the most effective method. Listen, I was the one person who was not shitting on pirate software for making those kind of programming decisions. You got people like Coding Jesus. Motherfucker calls himself Coding Jesus and he's bashing on that. It's like, shut up, man. Shut. Listen, if it works, it works. And it does work. And it only gets called once in a while. It's not like it's being called on tick. It literally gets called once. In transitionary periods. Okay, so we have 2 things here. So technically we have no cleaning tasks. Okay, but we do have maintenance tasks. There we go. It's not the code that really bothers people. I'm sure it's the way he says things, but I think people were pointing at the code, and it's like, okay, that's cute. I still think it's kind of just cute, personally. I also think, I don't know. It wasn't someone trying to review code. It was someone trying to get ad revenue. His ego is what makes people clown him. I get that, but in my opinion, I just think the YouTubers that were making content on him are worse. You had like one guy that I think made 16 videos being like, pirate software is done. And you like see the fucking thumbnail and it's like, I don't know, it's cringe. I think the people that were trying to mock and criticize him, I think are unironically more cringe, personally. And you guys know me, I don't even like pirate software personally, but like I could open that one guy's channel and you could see the blah 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 situation is great. I'm so over YouTube nowadays. It's so fucking garbage, man. It's actually so low tier and it still gets millions of views. Pirate's definitely a clown, but the YouTube parasites are not far off, just leeches. I would argue I would argue, like, don't get me wrong, I don't like Pirate, I don't like the things he says, I don't like the way he composes himself, but I'd say the YouTube parasites are worse. I would say they're worse. I would say they're much worse. They're much worse. By, like, a gajillion. I would go as far as say they're worse. They're like an actual parasite. Like Pirate Software, yeah, he said some stuff. He has definitely public power, but like these other people that are just straight up drama farming are like. Did you know he used to work at Blizzard? Yeah, 5 years. Like, don't get me wrong. I think it's funny, but hold on. I gotta find that fucking YouTuber because I gotta show you just how shit it is. Let me see if I can find it. Here he is. I found the guy's channel. Like, look at this. Like, look at this. You can't tell me this, like, look at this. Look at this. It's a joke. It's a parody at this point. Now click one? No, I'm not giving this guy ad revenue. Although I probably clicked a few of them just to see what kind of fucking dog shit content this is. Like, the hell is this, man? Fuck off. Click away after 31 seconds, that'll down his view time. Nah, I'm good, man. I got better things to do with my life. Where's the Pikachu Oh emote? Okay, fine. Oh, I'll add this. That's a funny one. That's a funny one. I'll add that one. What do you bring to the world? Exactly. I like to ask myself that question sometimes. Is what kind of thing do I bring to the world? Sometimes when I'm very negative and I talk about other people, I then ask myself, is this really what I kind of like want to... I don't know if that O emote is going to actually work, because it's technically a global, like a Twitch global emote. I feel like it's going to like fight each other. I'd be surprised if that 7TV emote actually works. I did see some good criticism videos on Pirate Software. Don't get me wrong, there are valid criticism, but there's valid criticism of literally anybody on the internet. Like, don't get me wrong, I disagree with a lot of the things he says, but I'm not going to make 17 videos about him being like, he's done, he's mad, he's done, it's over, he's done, it's over, he's done. You know what I mean? Like, you could definitely criticize people, but I think there's... And then you got a guy called Coding Jesus. Like, dude, if you really care about just focusing on coding, just focus on coding. Don't try to like act like if you're gonna make a video about a guy just to bash on him during the drama, just say you want money. Just say you want money. Like, be honest. You just want that ad revenue. You don't actually want to educate anybody on coding practices, especially coming from someone who's not even in the game development space at all. I just find it so... Anyways, that's it. That's my take. That's the video. You should make a video just like that, but about you. Oh, that's all right. First Crimson is done. I'm done with the internet. You make this dev has no principles videos, but it's about yourself and all you do is actually give compliments. No, I'll be like, this guy made fucking 14 if statements, but it only gets called once in a while. And it works. And it doesn't cause a hitch. And I show like the profiling records. And then I go on to the next point. And then... Why doesn't Krim read YouTube chat? I read it. I don't know what you guys are saying, though. Black background plus insert text here plus face equals money? Yeah, apparently. All right, cool. The bonus system works. Kind of. I gotta write down which ones don't work, which is the time early arrival bonus will not work. I didn't think about that one. When did Discord change the upload limit to 10 megabytes? What was it before? Are they running out of money? Used to be 50? Up. 50 is Nitro? They are running on money, yeah. I don't even know what I just said. I think I said like words, but also not words. A laundry room, that's new. Oh, have you seen the landmine? Watch this. Whee! At a wingsuit now? You usually stream a bit late for me, but I'm off. Hey, Tweak, take care, man. Yeah, sorry, I stream at weird times. You're not off? But you said you're off.
Shit my pants, I did. Mmm. Huh?
Off work. Oh. Oh. I see. Reamer, thank you for the 5 months. Thank you. Krim doesn't speak the English. Listen, once you become a streamer, you just have a debuff of not being able to read properly. It's just something that happens. I don't make the rules. Does the game have ragdoll? It does, but it's not very noticeable when you ragdoll. Someone recommended that the camera goes third person when you ragdoll, which could be an option. So, like, technically this is ragdolling. I'm ragdolling right now. It's just we need to work on it more. Where's the electricity in here? It's at the front. Ragdoll happens in different instances. If an explosion goes off, you ragdoll. In the future, if you hit a metal pipe with your head, you'll ragdoll. Or if you hit anything with your head, basically. Like really hard. Certain monsters will make you go ragdoll. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know how we're going to do the ragdolling just yet. Like, I don't know how to show that you're ragdolling in first person. Like, unless we, like, show your body. Ragdoll sound effects. Half-Life... Gary's mod spamming sound effects. Okay, I think this is good. I think this is good. Although I do think we need more negative taxes. Because I kind of want it to be like, you have to like really do stuff, otherwise you just end up getting taxed. Well, as long as you don't fling the camera around, it should be fine with having a floppy body. Right, that's the thing. It just stays where your camera is. It doesn't like... Obviously this needs to be like changed. We need like actual animations and stuff in the future too. Yeah, Vorval. All good with the project so far? It's you know, we're getting on. We have the bonus system now. So now we can like give bonuses when we end a round. They're full loop now? Kind of, but not at the same time. I think there's a lot of missing pieces still with like the meat of the game. But we'll get there. Why do UE light params not do anything? I swear I increase the range, but the light radius doesn't get larger. Make sure you use the functions and not just setting the variables, because sometimes setting the variables is not enough. Usually there might be like functions associated with it if you're trying to set it with Blueprint. Also, additionally, another thing, the light cannot be static if you're trying to modify it in runtime. Another thing to consider. Cheap options could be to have a camera on a spring arm. Yeah, that's the thing. I think third person might be good, but it might be jarring. Because you can technically ragdoll whenever you want to. You sort of show me a playthrough? The fuck is this? Oh my god, I didn't delete the electrical cables and now they're just here in the wall from when the laundromat was here. Interesting. So you start and need to finish the tasks to go through the trains, but for what? Basically, if you don't finish the tasks, oh, something in my hair. The health of the train starts to go down. And then in the future, as we have more, hold on, I'll be right back. Give me a second. Hey. Grim, it's dark and scary in here. I got you, boss. So what are you guys saying?
Shit my pants, I did. Huh?
When it releases in 2057. Learn assembly. What the hell? Nothing to worry about in the train. You can simply stand still with nothing ever bothering you. That's the thing. Once we have more monsters in, and then the maintenance tasks have a little bit more like impact on the gameplay, I think we'll be in the clear. I think one of the big things is the maintenance tasks need to have more impact on the train. I think that'll be one of the big ones. Like, if a power goes out, you can't use certain things or do certain things. Additionally, it's going to be darker because we're going to do that whole post-processing thing. And then the other thing that we're going to probably do is monsters can start spawning at nighttime and start, like, fucking with you. So, yeah. Did I start leaking from the head? No, I, like, scratched my head and something big. I don't know if it was a scab or something. I was, like, worried, making sure it wasn't, like, a tick or something. It was the plug for my brain. It somehow popped out. I needed to double check. Fred, thank you for the gifted sub, by the way. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Do you think my game is too dark, Grim, in the Discord? Personally, so here's the thing. My monitor, I think, is tuned to be a lot brighter. To me, I don't think it's, like, too dark. But what is the purpose of the darkness? Right? I think that's the thing to remember is, like, do you want it to be dark? Like, is the darkness meant to hide monsters in those areas? I think that's a big, like, use case of darkness, right? Is it meant to, like, do you want the players to kind of explore those areas, you know? My eyes are burning. Yeah, I don't know why Streamable is so fucking bright. Where's the gear? Oh, there it is. Yeah, we need to find out, we need to come up with maintenance tasks that provide a little bit more in terms of... I'm not ripping that shit out. Like, is there a way that we can make it so this gear, when it breaks... So that's what happens if you don't maintain the train. The entire train explodes. Completely forgot that was even happening. Yeah. Hey, peace out, Alec. Have a good one. When did I do all of that? The train exploding was a few streams ago. You ever planning to get some testers in for a run? Down the line, I don't think it's ready yet. Admittedly, I don't think we're ready yet. Right now, the only testing we're doing is like tech testing. Like we test out like replication and like things, making sure that everything's working in multiplayer at its base, like core, level. But in terms of gameplay testing to see if the game is fun. Admittedly, even I myself, I don't feel like we're there yet. So I don't really see the point of doing any gameplay testing when I feel like me and myself, from a design aspect, we're not there yet. Uh-oh. Guys, bad news. The train blew up, and now I can't push the button anymore, even though we restarted the session. Guys, it would appear things are broken in the game. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Does give you a chance to tackle fucked up bugs early. Oh, we do. That's why we do the tech tests, is kind of to see if there's any really big performance issues or things are broken and whatnot. Can we make that train status widget client based and rotate to face the player? This one I want it to be at the bottom, because then you gotta like look down. So then we can have situations where you're like looking down, looking at something, and then you like bump into a monster. When can we sign up for QA testing to break the game then? It'll probably be on the Discord. I'll probably post some shit when it's ready. One thing I do need to do is when you're crouched though, this needs to be changed up a little bit. Oh, my finger is like stiff. What did I do to my finger? The white text that's backwards when you're at the bottom. Oh! I don't want to spend too much time on that stuff, because this is literally like just for playtesters, the text just for playtesters, because down the line I want to make this like an actual tutorialized thing. Something we should do though is when you're hovering over buttons and stuff, we should make it so there's a hovering text that shows what it does if you hover over it. I think that was a thing we wanted to do. I think that's on my to-do list actually. Can I buy early access for $200? Listen, man, you're gonna spend those $200 and regret it instantly. There's not much here. There's not much here. I'll admit it to you. There is not much here yet. Except for the basketball. The basketball is unironically the thing that we spent the most time on while testing, because it was just kind of chill. You could just play basketball and just chat about random things. The basketball is the greatest part of the game. Best part of the game, basketball. Yeah, the main gameplay loop, not there just yet. I think it's going to be like those. It's at a stage now where just a couple tweaks, I think, is all it really needs. It's just determining what is those couple tweaks. I think part of it could be we have some base tasks that are already there at startup. And then more monsters, I think, will be a huge one. Monsters with different like behaviors. Don't forget, Crim, people spent $40 on the day before after tomorrow today and had all that fuck all content. Right, the puddles from the toilet are still not replicated. We need to figure that out as well. Like, they don't remove themselves once you've unclogged the toilet. The drone should explode if it's killed. Maybe today we make it so you can kill monsters. Maybe today is Kill Monsters Day. Maybe today you make it so they don't spawn in walls and under floors. Yeah, maybe we do that right now. Actually, you know what? You're maybe, you know, Fist. Sometimes you're an asshole. Sometimes you're right, and an asshole. This one though, you're right. So I know I may be called lazy, and it's true, but I think in this instance, you might be right. It's a good idea to do that right. Make it so if they step on a mine, you know, that, oh yeah, that happens. That does happen. That does happen. How long did I work on this? It's been about 6 months. 7. 6 or 7 months. And we're still kind of in gameplay prototyping phase, in a way. In a way, still in gameplay prototyping phase. Which is okay. All it takes is like a few tweaks. Possibly. A few tweaks. Quite a few, actually. Maybe 20. Glad I didn't order any models from you, Chrome. I'd still be stuck at the loading screen. What do you mean? I get things done. I get things done. It's true. Okay, let me also check my task board. So we need to stop the monsters from spawning in the walls. Additional feedback when completing a task. We need to add a sound effect to that. I want to add a sound effect to that. So let me go checklist, add sound effect when check mark appears. I think it's just really cool looking back at the screenshots of when we first started the project. This screenshot was from November 20th, right? Like we just, like, it's funny because this is literally just the first screenshot was me setting up the inventory system. And then this is the train back then. Character, this was us like figuring out some of the environment back when the train was really small. Our first item. The TV back then, and also the front engine car. Holy moly, it was empty. Trying to figure out the visuals for this thing. Really came together. The only thing I'm still worried about is just how linear the train feels. That's one part that still worries me. I think we got to get really goofy with the architecture of it. Like we should have entrances and exits in like weird spots. Like that doesn't make any sense. Yeah. I want to take we do need to take more screenshots. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? Oh, wait, was this when we enlarged the train? Right. And this is recently. We need to take more screenshots. I like taking screenshots. We do, the train cars are random. They are random. Like in the sense like the order and the rotation of them and stuff like that. Maybe you can add more verticality. I think that would be the play. What if you're able to decouple them somehow? I don't know if we'll do that. I think there is going to be a maintenance task where it's like you have to avoid it from decoupling or else the whole run will fail. That'll probably be like a thing that we do. But yeah. But yeah, the train being relatively linear. Like, I think even at its core, even if we do randomize where doorways are and kind of make some weird, goofy shapes, it's still linear by nature, which is a problem. Do I like working with blueprints? Yeah, it's great. It's easy for me. Makes it a lot easier than C++. Isn't Epic deprecating them? Well, in much, much, much later versions and way later down the line. But by then, this game will probably be done. So, there are stations, but they're kind of like safe zones. There aren't any like stations while on the route. I guess the only one that's dangerous is the stranded state, where you get stranded in a tunnel. That's the one where it like stops and then the players can disembark, but the tunnel system isn't in the game yet. Dude. The stranded phase. We got to work on the random generation for the tunnel though. Tried suppressor plus rusted barrel on a warden today. How did it go? Man instantly gained dementia, so slow he was. So the stranded state, the players would be able to get out, go onto this like station that would be in a tunnel, and it would be like a randomized dungeon kind of tunnel system, and then they can find more items if they really need to fuel up the car, but it would be dangerous. So we are gonna have that. I think it would be cool to have more of that though, if we can, because then it would add more kind of like randomized stuff, but yeah. But most of the gameplay takes place on the train. Also be careful though, Tweak. If Warden is going for a spirit-focused build, his ult can still fuck you up. But then you could probably get Heal Bane or Toxic Bullets. I don't know if Toxic Bullets is very good anymore, but Heal Bane if you're spirit-focused, and then like that'll at least diminish his healing. And then I guess you could go for some little spirit resistance. Did I make all the assets myself? No. My partner is making a bunch of models now. There's actually a bunch I need to implement into the game now, actually. I do a lot of models as well, though. I make some stuff here and there. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of items that I do need to implement, actually. I have to pull from Perforce, though. So let's see. Meshes. Oh, the banana. We got to put the banana in the game. Banana. Is this the right material? Oh. I don't think I have the textures for this. I do not. Uh-oh. Okay. I got to get that. So how does this have the this looks like the inside of the banana, but it's not the actual. Something's wrong with the banana. Everything custom? 99% custom. Why is the banana wearing a Jimmy John, Krim? I don't know what's wrong with the banana. I think the textures, I either didn't pull the textures or the textures weren't pushed. Oh yeah, the beach ball. We gotta put the beach ball in the game. We gotta make the beach ball bouncy. Otherwise, what's the point? Oh, and the rubber chicken. Yes, man. Yeah. It's missing a normal texture? Does it? Oh. There we go. Okay, we got a couple things that are missing. But anyways, I gotta put that stuff in the game. Oh, in the old boot. The old boot. There be an old boot. And the power tool. Yeah. Oh shit, this doesn't have textures either. Oh fuck. Okay, we are missing a couple textures. Time to sleep for the EU frogs. Bane, sleep well, rest well. Godspeed. Yeah, I got a couple things I need to implement. Missing textures, those are just features. The banana looks like it's an eaten banana, so, you know, that could pass off. However, the power tool might not do so well. The power tool looks like a cardboard box. Which maybe could be intended, actually. Okay. So we put the bonuses in. We still have a couple bonuses we need to work on. Right, the mob spawning. Let's do that. Let's do that. Cabin manager. Let's make it so the cabin manager can generate spawn points. Mob spawn points. Let's make a vector, an array, instance editable, expose and spawn, show 3D widget. Instance editable show 3D widget. Okay. Where the character just yells woo and puts his hands up to express joy. We do need to put like, I don't know if I put it as like woo. I think the players should be the one to, you know, be expressive about what the kind of stupid jokes they want to make using VoIP. But I do want to do a bunch of like hand gesture stuff where you can like go through like a emote wheel to just do like little gestures like pointing and stuff. I know wahoo emote. The players should be able to. The players should be the one that says wahoo, wahoo. Wahoo. Oh, in chat, is there a wahoo emote? Is there an emote that I don't know of? Generate mob spawn points. Call in editor. Can I has cheeseburger? What's next? I'm a firing my lasers. Is that's the next one? Do you have a casino cart? There is going to be gambling in quotation marks in some of the stations. But I don't know about a casino cart. That could be fun. A casino cart could be fun. Your job in the casino cart is to repair any of the casino machines when they break. That whole car would just be like, when the power is on, it's just a fucking huge, immense amount of stimuli, and then the power goes out, and it's just empty, dark, cold. Get up, Tea Leaf. Okay, so generate mob spawn points. Let's see how the current mob spawning system works. This is it. Right here. And then let's do it 10 times. I feel like is more than okay. There's 0 to 10. Multiple jackpots being triggered and then the power goes out. Well, more just the power goes out randomly, right? Currently how like it works right now. Doing well, Tea Leaf. How are you? You got a meta? Can you make procedural hand gesturing based on the voice, or is that not possible, brother? What the hell? I don't know how the hell I would do that. Hold on, I need to get some water. Something's wrong with my throat. I had to get some water. Dude, my throat's getting all weird and stuff and weird. Okay, so what I kind of want to do when we generate is probably clear all these first. And then do this, and then we'll add this. And then let's do it 20 times. Okay. So now what I can do is go to our first car, cabin 1. We can get the cabin manager. We're going to generate mob spawn points. Huh? Random point and bounding box, radius 128. Get random location and navigable radius. The hell's the hotkey to show navigation? Oh, it's P. I'm stupid. Huh? P for navigation. Yeah, P for pathfinding. Subject memory is deteriorating. It does get random location navigable radius does not work in editor. I'm going to assume the instant I click this, it's going to add a bunch. Oh, right. These stupid inputs are in relative space. So I need to transform these. Transform location from local space to world space. No, I would like to inverse transform location from world space to local space. And then get actor transform. Yeah. And then I think I got it. So now what we have to do is we have to do the thing, which is go here and fix everything. Fix every spawn point that we have here and make sure that none of them are in the walls. This is my favorite part of the job. However, by doing this, I know it causes us to have to do this manually, but at least it will stop the monsters from spawning in the walls, which no one likes. No one likes that, because that's not fun. It's not cool. It's not cool. Nobody likes that. Does, however, mean I have to... Do I really need 20 of these? I'm starting to think, maybe I don't need 20 of these. Also, could I potentially automate this a little bit more so it does maybe like a sphere overlap to see if it's like clipping into anything, just so we can do some very quick initial tests. We could do that. Yeah, that might be... That might save me some time. No one's spawning in the toilet? Man, that fucking sucks, man. All right, get this one in here. Yeah. Yes. Now we're talking. Crim, surely one per space is enough. Yeah, we probably don't need 20 inputs in here. We probably just like need 10. So let's reduce this down to 9. And then additionally, I think what we can do is do a little sphere overlap when we call for this. You code exactly like me, pure boredom, but you still got to do it. Well, it's not pure boredom. Sometimes I'm lazy, you know? Like, for example, right now I'm thinking about eating a fucking sandwich, like a mortadella sandwich from an Italian sub place. Oh, and then maybe playing some old school RuneScape. Maybe doing a little bit of sailing the 7 seas, or however many seas are in RuneScape. I'm sure it's like something above 7. And then maybe playing Deadlock and hating life. You know, I don't know. It's just something about... You know, sounds really interesting. Opening some packs. Dude, I gotta get that the card pack thingy in. That'd be fun. The trading card game thing. Yeah. Would I recommend OSRS for someone who only played 2 hours in 2014? I personally think OSRS is one of the best MMORPGs. The only thing that's kind of annoying is the grind. There is a bit of grinding. And I feel like they're slowly working through that. Like, apparently there's going to be a crafting minigame coming out, which I'm really looking forward to. Crafting in Old School RuneScape fucking sucks. Nobody wants to do molten glass for like 50 hours plus. Nobody wants to do that. Literally no one at all. What I would recommend is play on Iron Man. It forces you to not use the global exchange. You literally only use your own resources, and then it feels like everything you get in the game is like useful in some way. RS3. I used to play RS3 on release. Now I feel like I can't get back into it. I don't like the UI. I think I like the charm of OSRS now. But I used to play a lot of RS3 when it came out. Yeah, RS3 is the new RuneScape. OSRS is the old style classic kind of look. Molten glass, sensitive subject. Nobody likes crafting. Like, they need to make like, I hope the mini game that they make is apparently like, I hope it's good. Okay. Anyways, the random location here, we need to check if it's actually valid. So we're going to do a sphere overlap. Sphere overlap or sphere trace? I had a buddy in high school who made in real life money selling RuneScape gold, made a good amount too. I don't know how people do that shit. Don't know how people do that shit. Isn't overlap cheaper? We don't really care about cheap or not because this is only going to happen offline. It's whenever we push this button here just to see like where the spawn points are. These are going to be static. So they'll have 20 positions to select from where the monsters could spawn. I think that's more than enough. We don't really need more than that. So in our case, we don't really care too much about if something is cheap or not. It's more so, is it effective? Is it effective? That is our biggest concern. Our biggest concern is thing effective? So now what I want to see is if we clear all of these and then we do this again. So right there, it showed that it hit something and it did not spawn. We did a loop of 20 and only 11 of them succeeded. However, this one is very close to the corner, so maybe we increase the radius of the trace. So basically you see these free ones, those are the ones that didn't hit anything. These feel really... Maybe they should also check if they're close by to any of the other ones. So they don't spawn too close to each other. I guess we can click it a bunch of times and see if it's like varied enough. Are you just selecting one to spawn at? Yes. But remember, there might be multiple monsters that spawn in one car. And then on top of that, there might be monsters that we might want to spawn dynamically over time. So by having like a nice variety, I think is good. Let's make the radius 70, just in case. I don't think it's going to hurt. Is this similar how you did the prop placement for books on the shelves in the library car? Different tool, similar-ish process. The books are based off of sockets, and I used a editor utility, which is like you right-click on something, and then you can do scripted actor actions and generate books. So that one's a bit of a different process. What is this tool for? This is for us to determine monster spawn points, basically. I'm kind of concerned. That one's really close to the wall. Maybe we want... I think 90 is the radius that we want, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, I think that's a good radius. Because some monsters might be pretty large. Actually, we might even want it to be larger. Is there a way for us to generate this? I'm going to increase this because we're going to do something kind of crazy. We're going to do 120. And then this should definitely give us enough space to work with. I think ideally what would be good is if the system could like still generate but push itself in the direction so it gets unstuck. I think that would be kind of good. You're pushed. Place them in the center of the room to use get safe location or radius. Get safe location? Is that a thing? Get safe location and radius? I don't know if it is a thing. I wonder if you could use EQS for this, actually. Can you use EQS like offline to generate points? What have I missed in the last 2 weeks? I've been stranded on an island being force-fed alcohol and buffet food. Force-fed? What are they doing? An experiment? Hmm? Not much. Just some UI bullshit and shit. Just some UI bullshit and whatnot. Let's do radius of 140, 145, 180, which 200 units I think is the general height of monsters anyways, so yeah. I think I was thinking of get random reachable point and radius. Ah, okay, that's a bit different, I think. So I increased the width and it did not generate that many. Could you line trace in all four cardinal directions from the center and then force the distance to a set distance? That's what I was thinking. We could still use a thing that has an overlap by just pushing it in the direct, like, you know, pushing it away from where it was hit. Like we could. So it still has that safe zone. Crim over engineering once again. Listen, man, we like to have fun here, okay? Well, we like to have fun here. Anyway, so I put the flux capacitor in the... You know what I mean? Like, come on. We gotta... Hey. I should be able to just read the out hit and then push it in the direction of where it is. Maybe. Whatever, just do this. Although that could be fun to kind of make it so it shoves it. I think what we'll do is we'll just do 50. We'll do 50 traces. And then we'll generate mob spawn points. And then as long as we have at least 12 points, I think it's okay. What was the song name? Memories of Mzuzu by Polos. Like a Polish name or something. Memories of Mzuzu. All right, anyways, do these have enough space? Yes. However, some of these mob spawn points are right inside of each other. So that might be the next piece of the puzzle. To make sure that the mob spawn point... There is a way of filtering through this relatively quickly, I think. Get vector array average. Oh, shit. Oh, no, I don't think there is. I really don't want to loop through every single thing in here. I think it's just going to be a basis of filtering through this myself. I'm going to make this print string the length. Connect, please. Oh, what? It's not doing a print string. Does print string not work in the editor? What? Oh, it's only showing in the output log. Why don't I see it here? Why don't I see it here? How's the flies system going so far? It's just, you know, they're flies. They're there. What's crazy is that we're doing 50 checks or 50 index checks, and it's only able to find 11. Or I guess in this case 13, but most of these are in the same area. You know what would be good, I guess, is generating the spawn points on a grid. I wonder if there's anything like that. Whatever. Oh well, I'm over it. Let's just get this. Let's do this 100 times. There we go, 100 times. The only thing that's annoying me now is that the spawn points, there's some of them spawning inside of each other or very close to each other, like this one, for example. But then that means for me to filter this, I'd have to for loop through the current, whatever, fine. This might be kind of interesting. If the distance is less than or equal to 100? When this breaks, is it going to still call completed? It should, right? If a break gets called, it's still going to go through, isn't it? Let's see if this works. Do not spawn. And then every time we go through here, we're going to reset this to false. All right. I'm actually kind of surprised that I was able to do it quite quickly. We have a couple close to each other. Maybe we increase the radius here. See right there, there was one that spawned just fine, but it was too close to it. Ready or Not, dude, the Ready or Not soundtrack, very, very cool, man. I think we can probably increase this radius to be like 300, 400 maybe. Let's try 400. I think that looks pretty good. That's like nicely spaced out. There's one in a bunch of different places. I think that's pretty good. We could even be crazy with this and make this run 200 times. Found locations, 13. I'm actually kind of surprised because that's less than before. But again, I feel like we have a pretty good variety of spawn points. Okay. Now what we have to do is do that on every single level. So cabin 2, which I don't think is being used right now, but just for safety, let's go ahead and generate. Very good, look at that. Cabin 4, I don't think is being used. In fact, we have to delete this one. That's the old train. Okay, let's see what this is able to do. How many did it end up spawning? 7. 7 locations. Probably because the spaces are really tight. Let's see if we can get at least 10. 4, 5, 3, 3, 6, 3, 3, 6, 6, 7, 4. Can you just make it a parameter for the for loop? We can, yeah. I think I can also make this a part of the category. So we can change the loop to 500. 8. I think we can stop showing this now because that's probably going to make things really laggy. Let's try not 8,500. That's a little bit too much. 800. Nice. I think this is a very nice variety of spaces that it could spawn in. Okay, good. Next up, cargo's car. Generate mob spaces. 12 spaces. Very good. Spawning in a variety of places. I wouldn't mind if some of them spawn at the top here, but that being said, I don't think they can. So I think we'd have to add one in manually. Okay, good stuff. The dinner hall. This area is going to need some changing though, because I feel like it's too open of a space. How many did this generate? 26. More than enough.
Shit my pants, I did.
Number 12 needs to be disabled. A little off chance where that occurs. But that's why we're doing this, is so we can double check them. Exceto, think of the 63 months. Holy moly. Also, what even are these spawn points? What is exactly being spawned? This is for monsters and maybe even rats. We could use them for rats too, just in case. The biggest thing is for me as a developer to look through it, such as this one right here, and make sure that the monsters don't spawn in inaccessible places, like them spawning in the walls. So, and then, or on top of tables, which they can't get down from yet. So, should help with playtesting and just making it much more, there's more assurance that we don't fuck up anything. What are the triangle thingies? When you create a vector variable and you set it to instance editable, you can also make them show as 3D widgets. You have that option in UE to not spawn if colliding. Yeah, I have them as to be pushed out, but the problem is they still end up spawning in walls where they can move around because some of the walls are now pretty thick. So remove the extra wires from the old laundry machines. I don't think that's a level-based thing. That just might be like a system-based thing, but I do need to do that. Okay, done there. Next up, laundromat. Wait. Oh, shit. Did that save? When we generate using this button, it doesn't consider the scene as dirty. I have to move something slightly for it to save. God, I hate when that happens. It's so annoying. This one's really close to the edge. I might move that. That's a little too close for comfort. Even this little guy over here. It's a little dangerous. Okay, so generate mob spawn points. What is that one doing there? What is that one doing? Oh, what the hell? Yeah, I gotta make sure that works. Jeez. The pathfinding. Now do detection for ledges. Please. No. Number 6. Number 6 is invalid. Over. Number 8 is invalid. See you later. Okay. Number 7 and number 0 are valid. Okay. Next up, library, baby. Let's check the pathfinding is good. Not good. Let's make it better. Okay. Is this something to do with an environmental query system? It's a little bit like our own EQS, but it is not using EQS. I'm sure using EQS, we probably could have gotten I'm sure with EQS, we probably could have gotten a much similar result to this. But yeah. Moves a random object around to make it so I can... that was the wrong button. This one. See, the second floor, some of the monsters are spotted on the second floor, which is really annoying. In this case... Oh, wait, actually, we got to build the pathing. I think in this case, I'm going to take an nav modifier and remove this myself because this is just going to be annoying. Although in the future, I think I would like monsters to be over here. It's just for now, because there's nothing up here. Nothing spawns up here. Just going to do this real quick. Okay. Nice. Problem solved. Then we select this again, generate, and then they generate all at the bottom. Make sure that none of them are inside of some weird surface or whatever. On top of the table? You can't be doing that. That's crazy. All right, there we go. Library needs books from Harry Potter that tries to eat him in Prisoner of Azkaban. That could be kind of funny. That could be kind of... Number 6, what are you doing? The employee handbook turns into a mimic. And then I think we technically need to generate these points on the main engine car if we do use them for the rats. What? I don't know why those 2 points are spawning there. I know the cabin manager has a rotation, but that shouldn't matter. Why is it? Whatever, just delete 3. And then 3. All right, all right. Do I spawn them all at the start? No, no, these are all static. These are all static. Spawn points. All static spawn points. There is a monster we need to do in the library, which is a bookshelf that's like a monster, and if you get nearby it, it starts shaking and then it crushes you. And then you turn into a piece of paper and you walk around like a piece of paper, like, oh! Your like voice is either deepened or like raised in pitch. We do need to do that. I just got to figure out how do we randomly choose a bookshelf to crush you. Also, it means that one of the, any bookshelf that could be spawned in as a monster needs to have enough clearance to crush you. That's another problem that we need to figure out. But I do think that'll be a fun little monster. Okay, so step 2 in spawning a monster in the game state, instead of it randomly choosing a location, we will now get a random mob spawn point. And this kind of simplifies stuff a little bit, because now everything kind of happens offline. Which I think will end up being maybe better. I guess it does mean that all of our, I don't know how expensive having an array of like 20 vectors are. I'm sure it's not that bad. I'm sure it's not that bad. Okay, let's see if all our monsters spawn in without a problem. Aha, he's falling through the world. Oh! We need to transform these locations. From local space to world space. I should probably make that a function, actually. Should probably turn that into a function. The vectors are kind of stupid and annoying because they're relative rather than in world space, like the 3D ones or whatever. With the little 3D widget thingy. There we go. Look at him. He's already immediately trying to open a door. Okay, can we find the werewolf? There he is. That guy's there too, the alarmist. All right. So that's all good. Cool. This shit looks so stupid from third person, just like tiny little, it's like huge wide skirts or whatever, and then it's just the rails in the middle. One day we gotta fix that, but I think when we do that, the front of the train needs to be enlarged again as well. Now to simulate this another 100 times to make sure we don't have edge cases. No, I think we should be fine because everything is essentially based off of those spawn points, and we were pretty good about the padding sizes of those spawn spaces. You need a mimic op fixture that has a chance of spawning instead of the one you keep throwing around in the front. The office chair monster. It will eat your ass. It's quite fitting, actually. We do need to make the soul slurper. The one that, like, appears at nighttime. Okay, hold on. I can't find the employee. Where is he? Oh, he's over here. Okay, he's doing his thing. Look at him. He's doing his thing. Nice. All is good. No, the Soul Slurper only appears if you're in pitch black, or in darkness, basically. So basically, that becomes a reasoning as to why you want to turn back on the power, is to avoid the Soul Slurpers. Dementor, monster, yeah, literally. Which car are we in? 2? It doesn't go really pitch black yet. Yeah, we don't have the Steam page. The Steam page isn't public yet. Where was the electrical cable? Oh, they're in that area. You made a horror game? It's slowly building up. It's slowly getting there. I think once we have sound effects and a variety of other things, I think we're set. And then the door holding mechanic needs to be in, where you only have a certain amount of stamina to do this. Oh, great. He walked into the room that I literally need. I need to go in that room! We need to fix the leaning as well. Did I solo dev Suit for Hire? Solo-ish. I wouldn't say I'm the only... no room service. Did he quick peek you? I closed the door on him. But he would have gotten my ass. He would have 100% gotten my ass. Wait, why is the hand symbol still showing? What happened? Oh, what's up? Wait, hold on. I think I missed a message. What is that? Will there be a stamina bar on the holding, or are you thinking about another visual identifier? I think it would be the stamina. Just the stamina. Stamina? I'm having a moment. Stamina. Nothing in the trash. Have a good idea. What about the hand turning red like in White Knuckle? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I think it would still use stamina, but we could make it so that, like, we show the hand shaking and then getting red. Blinking red first and then turning red. That could be cool. Will this be in the Steam Next Fest in October? I think I'm too slow as a game developer to get this ready. I'm hoping at least the Steam page will be there with like a trailer. That could be cool. But I'm just too slow. Will the game have zombies? We could make a zombie monster. Can you imagine your friends all get infected? Am I still the dude? Am I still the voice behind the dude at the store? Yes. Yeah, I am. It's me. I'm the voice actor. Isn't the employee basically a zombie? Kind of, yes. Yeah, but he doesn't infect you. He just grabs onto you and he's like, "Arr!" and then shakes you or some to death. Yeah. Yeah, he just grabs onto you and then you gotta spam space bar. Uh-oh. This is not good. I gotta close the door. I'm busy. Don't open the door. Yeah, alright. I do think having some maintenance tasks already broken at the beginning of the run might be good. Why is that screen broken? No rats on the train, so what blew up? Is that my own footsteps scaring me, or... There is ragdoll, it's just not very noticeable. So, like, this is what the ragdoll looks like. You just can't really tell when you ragdoll, but I did ragdoll, I just got out of it really quickly. So there's some changes that we do want to make there. Oh, good, Neptune. I just haven't... I don't really 100% believe in what a lot of people are saying online in, like, game dev circles where it's like, have your Steam page up ASAP. I think that creates a bad precedent where it's like, oh, have it up, like, literally ASAP, right? Like, I think have the screenshots be good and whatnot. I think that's important. Is the werewolf broken? Oh, it's because he's stuck on the flashlight and he's looking at the item. Yeah, I gotta change that. Here, let me help you. Don't kill me. This I also feel like is cheating. Being able to hide under, like, an object like this. Flip table mechanic next. I feel like we do need one. Steam page hurry reminds me of this. The Cube. The Cube. The Essential. The Cube. Let's take a look at the reviews. Open Blender. Default. Delete the default cube. Import the cube. Project's definitely far enough along to have a demo is why I was asking. Oh, I don't feel like it's ready yet. I don't feel like it's ready yet. And this is not coming from a perfectionist angle. It's more so like it's like just genuinely just not actually ready yet. Anyway, so if the employee grabs onto you, that's a landmine. He just deals damage to you. But there's no like sound effects and stuff yet. And I think once we do that, it'll be more terrifying. With like a screen effects going off and stuff. I think I'll die instantly if he grabs me. Yep. Yep. Oh, hey, that's the first time we have the total pay minus. I don't know if I like the minus being before the credit icon. No, you're good, Neptune. No, you're good. It has, I think it has the pieces and the foundation. It's just about getting it into a state where the gameplay's fun. I think there's a few things we need to do on that front that are still, like, withstanding. I think the overall gameplay loop is technically there. Like, you go in, you do tasks, you try to keep the train running, make sure it doesn't explode. You know what we might do right now, actually? I think it could be fun. It's technically polish, but if the train health reaches 0, we should do 2 things right now. Holding the door should reduce stamina if a monster is trying to break in. And then... Actually, should we make it so... Anytime you're holding onto a door, it reduces stamina? No, I think it should just be if there's a monster on the other end. But anyways, I think it'd be cool. Right now, when the train explodes, it just starts exploding. I think it'd be cool if we have like a little sequence where it's like lights start turning red and you hear an alarm and shit. Give the doors health. If you try to hide in a room for too long, it might break. I do want to make certain monsters literally break down doors. I think that would be ridiculously hilarious. I think that would be great. But yeah, I think it'd be great. I think it'd be really cool hearing like sirens going off. And that would make the whole thing of the train exploding a little bit more... Well, A, it would show an indicator of what's going on. And B, I think it'd be funny. I don't know if we'd make it... I think it would just only appear literally when you're at 0 health. Like, the train is literally like, okay, game over. Or should we maybe show instances of it prior to it? Could do that too. Neptune, thank you for the tier 1. Thank you. No pre-warning? That's what I'm thinking about. Maybe we do a pre-warning. Hey, hell yeah, Neptune. Thank you. Appreciate it. Take care. Have a good one. Yeah, I think maybe like 10% we could... but what would the pre-warning be? Should it be something... Should there be like an intercom? I'm trying to think. Can you add some shaking and rumble support and controllers? Oh, 100% we will. We'll go through that whole thing. Right now, though, the controller support is not very good. You can't play the game fully with the controller yet. We got to do that. Hmm. I think we do an intercom system. Could you tilt the carts if wheels go wonky or fall off? We don't really have. They're the base of the trains are pretty static. So I don't know if they would ever like do stuff like that. Will the train health also affect the train breaking down any quicker? I think we did. So let me double check actually. I think we did make it so the health makes some. Let me check actually. Yes. So the lower the health of the train, the more maintenance tasks appear. So there's a few calculations here. There's the more maintenance tasks that are there, the less appears, and then that way it's not stacking up a shit ton. The train health, and then the amount of players also affects it as well. Yeah, Woozy, like if I do create an intercom where like out of non-player characters start talking through them, we could do that, and then like they could also be reused as the position points where the actual intercom goes through, which is something we do want to do at some point, which is this. Maybe I just say fuck it. We just put like a bunch of intercoms throughout the trains. And then maybe the intercom has a little like light next to it. And then that could be where the red lights appear. All right, well, we could do that. That could be an idea. That could be an idea. An idea for next stream, though. An idea for next stream. Let me put it on the list. Intercom warning. Intercom actor. Used for warning players when train is reaching critical integrity. Like 10%, 25% health. Also can be used for VoIP intercom. I don't know if I'd call it core gameplay loop, but it is a quality of life and art thing. Will the cardboard banana stay? The carbonara? No, I believe those textures are submitted. I just have to put them in now. So those will be the cardboard banana will be fixed, unfortunately. Unfortunately, fortunate. Anyways, whatever. I need to eat. I'll see you guys. I believe tomorrow. I might not stream tomorrow. We'll see. I do have some stuff. I need to go to the dentist tomorrow, so Yeah. So we'll see. I also have to go to the gym. Well, we'll see if I stream tomorrow. So I'll let you guys know. Anyways, thanks for dropping by. Thanks for lurking, China, sticking around. More stream tomorrow, maybe, or Monday, or maybe the weekend. Maybe I catch up on the weekend. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. If I don't stream on Friday, I'll stream on Saturday. All right? Sound like a deal? Okay. All right. Deal. Deal. Shake on it. Okay. See you then. Have a good one. Take care. Goodbye.